Ignite Show. We are here to inspire and empower you and ignite the fire of success within you so that you can ignite and take flight in every area of your life. We are here tonight with another great show with another powerful influencer that is intended to be here just for you. Hello and come on in. I am super happy that you are here tonight. This is your girl Lotus Rashay. I am here to help you ignite and take flight. Tonight, you know that we are going to have another explosive show because we are going to just share some information that's going to help you ignite and take flight in your communication. So a lot of people want to be speakers and they want to be on top stages. They want to maybe get some wonderful speaking opportunities, but they don't know where to begin. Well, one of the places that you want to begin is learning how to speak. And a lot of times there are different academies and things of that nature that will help you do that. So tonight, I want you to join me and my special guest. We're going to be talking about wonderful ways to communicate and learn how to speak that will help you get paying gigs like you've never gotten before. And we're going to give you guys some fundamentals on how to get them gigs, but you got to start where you need to start. So, of course, we're going to be talking about different speaking options that you can use. I'm not going to give it away just yet. I'm going to let my guests tell you that. So, as I always say, go ahead and get a pen and a notepad. That's right. Get a notepad. Y'all see that's a big old notepad right there. Get a pen and a notepad. Why? Because note takers are money makers, and make sure you have yourself something nice and maybe warm if you want, or either something cold. It doesn't matter. Get yourself something nice to drink so that you can relax. And here, I'm going to take a sip right now. And by the way, if you don't have your Lotus merch yet, if you don't have an Ignites cup, go onto my site and get your cup. I'll leave the tip for you so you can get it later on. Ooh, that's great. And for those of you that's about to run and get you something to drink, here, I'm going to offer you something from my shelf. Here you go. Ooh, I love it. Just so tasty. So anyway, folks, tonight we're going to have a great show. So I want you to go ahead, tell your friends, tell your frenemies, come on in, come on in, come on in. Get in where you're fitting because I've always got room around my table for you. So we're about to get this show started and we're going to have my guests come on in. So let me look. I got some folks already coming in. Eddie Scott. Hey, Eddie Scott from Augusta, Georgia. It is so good to see you. Daisy, hey, Daisy, South Cackalack in the house. It's so good to see you. Eddie wants a cup. Okay, Eddie, here you go. You know you could get my cup, Eddie. Eddie Spaghetti is what I call him. And boy, have I got a surprise for you coming up tomorrow, Eddie. You're gonna love it. So with that being said, come on in. Let us know where you coming in from. Look, Angie knows how to come in the house. Hello from DC, Washington, DC. So thank you, Angie. So as you come in, go ahead, put your name and where you're coming in from. And don't forget to like, share, and start a watch party. Go ahead, get your notepad and get your pen because it's time to win. And come on in and get in where you fit in because we about to get this party started with my wonderful guests. Here we go. Welcome to the Lotus Rashay Ignite Show. We are here to inspire and empower you and ignite the fire of success within you so that you can ignite and take flight in every area of your life. We are here tonight with another great show with another powerful influencer that is intended to be here just for you. All right, friends, it's time to win. I want you to welcome my wonderful guest. He is coming all the way from Columbus, Ohio. He's a speaker. He's a previous division director for Toastmasters. That's what I said, honey. Toastmasters. So if I got any Toastmasters out there, you need to come on in and get in where you're fitting, because it's time to win, because I got a dynamic Toastmaster with us tonight. And he's not only a Toastmaster and a speaker, he's a loving father, photographer, and also I heard he's got a new book coming out. So please welcome my guest and my friend, Shaun Sehgal. Hey, Shaun.
My lady Lotus, thank you for having me on your show. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. You know you're one of my veteran show folks. You know that.
Absolutely here. Got to raise a glass for you.
There we go. And he got his cup, folks. So, Shaun, what you drinking? Because I know you kind of a health nut. What you got in your cup?
I have got a mixture of an herbal tea, cinnamon, honey, and some apple cider vinegar.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. So if you all drink herbal tea, if you have apple cider vinegar and lemon in your house, right? You said honey. Go ahead and put a number 1 in the comment below if you like some nice herbal tea. Okay, so you can have some herbal tea with Shaun and me. Okay, so come on in. So Shaun, tonight we're going to have an explosive show. I know you and I got something planned for the viewers that's going to blow their socks off. So I've already shared with our viewers to make sure they bring their notepads and their pens, because of course, note takers are money makers, right? So let's get right into this thing. Let's look at who else we have coming in. We got some ones already there. We got Eddie making sure he's saying Augusta, Georgia. There you go, Eddie. There we go. And Les Owen, wonderful. Good to see you. Bowie, Maryland. Great to see you. So happy to have you here with us. So go ahead, like, share, and start a watch party, because we're not going to hold the show up for nobody. So let's get right into it. So Shaun and I, we were talking a little bit a while back about having him on the show. And so he said, okay, Lo, I'm going to come on the show. And I told you all that he's a dynamic speaker. He's the previous division director for Toastmasters. He's an aspiring author. He's a wonderful father. He got some great kids, folks. But Shaun, tell the folks a little bit more about you and what inspired you to come to the show.
Well, Lotus, I do want to say one thing before I dive into that. If your doctor can take notes, you should be taking notes. So there's a little note for your viewers there. I have been a photographer off and on for the better part of about 20 years. I have been a Toastmaster for the better part of 10 years. And I have been a father for the last 9.5 years. And I wanted to come on to your show and share a message of my life. It's a wonderful thing. And life is a precious gift.
Yes, it is. I love it. And when you can communicate some of the things that you've transitioned through in your life in such a way that makes people stand up and take notice, it really helps you move and get into some of the opportunities that might otherwise elude you. So tonight we're going to be talking about that. And we're also going to be talking about why you need to learn how to speak. So here we go. I want to share this with you. So tonight we're going to share why it's important to learn how to speak and how can you go and learn how to speak? We're going to share some items with you. So very quickly, learning how to speak. Let's talk about that, Shaun. Why is it so important in your mind that people should learn how to speak? Why is that really important?
I believe that everybody has a message about their life that they should be sharing with someone. And to quote a good friend of mine, the big dreamer, Greg Walker, he said, your mess becomes your message, and that message can be someone's medicine. And I do wholeheartedly agree with that everybody does have a message, but if you can't share that message properly with someone, what good is it going to do anyone?
Exactly. I concur. And thank you for sharing that. And so if you want to learn how to share your message, there are a myriad of coaches that teach you how to learn how to share your message. But one of the greatest systems and greatest organizations that I too am a part of is what we call Toastmasters. So Toastmasters is not only a part of my life, it's also a part, as you know, of Shaun's life. So Shaun, can you tell us a little bit about Toastmasters? What inspired you to become a Toastmaster?
Well, truth be told, I didn't really know a great deal about Toastmasters when I first went. It was something that was offered at my office, and I thought, what the heck? Let's check this out. I gave up my lunch period, and I gave up my hour lunch, and I went up to the conference room where they were meeting, and I thought, wow, this is incredible. I sat through a meeting that consisted of prepared speeches,
Mhm.
public evaluation of those speeches, which gave a great deal of constructive criticism for improvement of techniques and presentations, and then went on to impromptu speaking, which I thought, let's give it a shot. And I went up and did it for the first time, and I was excessively nervous doing it. But the great thing, about Toastmasters, when you put the work into it, when you join the organization, it teaches you how to overcome that fear.
Yes.
And another great thing, it gives you the proper tools for public speaking.
Right.
Ways to use your voice. How to draw people in with the power of the pause. Or by changing your tone of voice. Using visual aids. Your body language is a great thing. And all types. Yes, there is a screw loose up here.
Yeah, it teaches us not to laugh too, but y'all, that was funny. If you think what he just did was funny, put a number 3. Put a number 3. I couldn't get my fingers right. Put another number 3 in the comment block below. But that is so true. That is so true, Shaun, because you have to learn how to bring people in, how to pause in the moment, because you are trying to make a certain impact. It's like when people say, wait for it, right? So that's the power of the pause. Angela said, hilarious.
Lady Lotus, I gotta tell you, the best people that I have ever seen use the power of the pause the proper way have all been comedians. Okay,
Yes.
one of the best comedians I think I'd ever seen use the power of the pause the right way was Chris Rock, because he sets you up with a great story, and then just as he's about to give you that punchline, pauses for that split second that just draws you in. All right, what's he gonna say? What is he gonna say? Bam! And then you start laughing so hard.
Yes, that is true. So look, we've got some other folks joining us now. Hey there, Laura Faye. Good to see you. Where are you joining in from? She put a 3 in there too. She thought it was quite hilarious. And Eddie Scott from Augusta, Georgia, put in a 3, and Daisy from South Carolina put in a 3 as well. And of course, Angela said it was hilarious. And that is the truth. So listen, folks, go ahead, like, share, start a watch party right now, and let's get this message out, because we're going to help people learn the importance of speaking and how to properly communicate their message to help them get the type of speaking opportunities they want. And not only speaking opportunities, Shaun, but also to help people learn how to speak to one another, to their families within their home. So let's kind of tackle that. Why is it important also to learn how to speak to your family and loved ones? And I'm going to let you take the stage.
Trying to speak clearly with family and friends is, what is the best way to say this? Trying to speak clearly with your family and friends is always a good thing, and you're doing that on a daily basis. We speak to our friends all the time through text messages, through video chats, through the pandemic, when we actually get to see them face to face. We actually hear their stories, but we've got to be able to communicate what we want to say to them. If I try to say, yeah, I had a great weekend, it had its ups and its downs, not really a good way of saying what went on with. That's not really a good way to say what happened on your weekend. Or you could say, I had a really great high point. I went out tubing with the kids. My son even fell into the water. Then we had kind of a down point afterwards when he was scared half to death. But then when he bounced back from it, we had a great time. So which way says the better way to describe your weekend? Well, it had its ups and its downs. Or talking about going tubing. You've got to give details in the proper method to people. Otherwise, it's just not going to impact people the way that the way that we want.
Exactly. I love it. I love how you brought it all together. You went out there and you brought it back in. I love it. And I want to say hi to Shirley Patterson from Patterson, New Jersey. Hey, it's great to see you, cuz. So happy to have you on the show. And don't be afraid, chime in anytime you feel like it, because we want to hear from you. She's over in the watch party because somebody started a watch party. So whoever started that watch party, thank you so much, because we always say like, share, and start a watch party. So let's go ahead and talk about the other items we came up with to share with folks. So we've talked about the importance of learning how to speak, and we talked about Toastmasters. Toastmasters is an organization that helps you learn how to speak. So let me ask you something. I see something over your shoulder. What is that?
This would be my Distinguished Toastmaster Award.
That right there.
This is actually what is given to...
Awesome.
This award is actually the one that is given to only about 2% of Toastmasters worldwide, and it's for Toastmasters.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Toastmasters has actually recently revised their education plan, but under the old system that they had, you had to complete the entire communication track and the entire leadership track. And the communication track consists of about 40 prepared speeches. The evaluator track is evaluations and public speaking roles through meetings, and taking part in club leadership and district leadership, and to actually put some of those skills to the test in a high performance leadership project as well.
Wow. So listen, we've got a comment from Meredith Ward. Hey, Meredith, what's up, guys? Meredith says, yes, the testimony is everything. So Toastmasters, as Shaun just told you, it helps you learn how to speak. It helps you give your testimony, if you will, but not only give your testimony, it helps you give your testimony in a structured way and in a certain amount of time. Okay, so those of you that are trying to learn how to speak and you want to know how to start your story and then shut up, Toastmasters can really help you do that. And that's something that I just did. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I said, Toastmasters will help you not do what I just did. Okay. Many times people speak and they say, and well, so those are bridge words. And they're empty. They're just fillers to get you to the next that you don't need to use. There are more powerful words that you can use, and Toastmasters teaches you how to do that. So, Shaun, what were some of the words that you used to use when you first started Toastmasters that you had to get rid of out of your vocabulary?
Well, when I first started Toastmasters, all the different clubs that I went to focused on what I call the traditional filler words. Well, so. I actually said a well here a few minutes ago. But what a grammarian had pointed out to me in a meeting about 5 to 6 years ago, I don't use the traditional filler words. I use what I call the new age fillers. And I use ones like but, kind of, and other types of words that don't really add anything to what I'm saying. And it really takes a conscious effort to make sure that you don't say them. And it also takes a whole lot of something that Toastmasters does as well. It offers you the chance to practice.
Yes, and I love that because we have time to practice and kind of get our thoughts together. Now, let me share this with you, Shaun. You ever talk to somebody, and I want our audience to comment, you ever talk to somebody, and nothing against someone that speaks this way, because you don't know what you don't know. But you ever talk to somebody and they say to you, yeah, and so I was at the store, and what happened, was I went into the store and the person started talking to me, and they was like, they was like, they was asking me some questions, and like, sometimes, you know what I mean, when people like talk to you, well, I ain't really mean that, but you know what I mean. It cracks me up. It cracks me up because in my mind, I'm saying, no, I don't know. But if you tell me, I will know, but I don't say it out loud because I really don't want to offend. But for people that do that, if they want coaching, then I coach them. And it's one of the funniest things. And it made me look in the mirror and say, okay, this is what you don't want to do when you speak. And that's one of the powerful things about Toastmasters. It grooms us and helps us not to say things that we really don't need to say, like, okay. So with that being said, I want to take a comment because I saw a very good comment earlier. Angie said, it's important to be able to articulate your thoughts. And that is so true because you need to be able to articulate your thoughts at the drop of a dime. So you have to be quick on your feet, so to speak, with the pauses as well, because sometimes when you're still trying to gather your thoughts, a pause can give you time to collect yourself, because some people get nervous no matter how famous they are, how many audiences they've spoken to, they get nervous. And I know you've been in Ohio. I think you were there when Les Brown came to one of the functions that Greg, the Big Dreamer, had. And I remember Les Brown saying in one of his videos that he had to go out on stage and he was so scared. He said that he was supposed to go out on stage or something. He stood up and his voice kind of sat down, and it cracked me up because that does happen. So before we move into our commercial, I want you to share one time where that's happened to you. When we come back, I want you to share when you stood up on a stage or at anywhere and your voice sat down. And those of you that has experienced the same thing, I want you to share in our comment below if you stood up and your voice sat down. We'll be right back. Welcome to the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. We are here to inspire and empower you and ignite the fire of success within you so that you can ignite and take flight in every area of your life. We are here tonight with another great show with another powerful influencer that is intended to be here just for you. So, Shaun, let us know the time that you had when you stood up and your voice sat down.
My lady Lotus, I can tell you exactly when it happened. It was actually my very first speech in Toastmasters.
Whoa.
The speech that's also known as the icebreaker, where you come in and you give your speech that basically introduces yourself to the club. I stood up and my mind shut off.
Wow.
It's like the engine all of a sudden just stalled, and everything that I had ready to go in my mind was blank as the wall behind me.
Wow. Wow.
And I thought, so I had to start speaking, and I pulled it all out of my ears, so to speak, and it was not that great of a speech. But the wonderful thing is, throughout the course of completing my first speaking manual, that used to be known as the Competent Communicator Manual, it had 10 speeches.
Mm-hmm.
Several of them a few of them I had well prepared and rehearsed and was ready to go at the time of delivery.
Mm-hmm.
But at least 5 of those speeches I probably didn't come up with until about 2 to 3 hours before I was ready to give them.
Right. And you just said, too.
Yes, I did.
So we gonna pause for the calls because I see LaRue Bird. LaRue Bird, she's over in the watch party, y'all. Hey, LaRue Bird, good to see you. Thank you for watching us on the show. We happy to have you here. So let me tell you about a time when I stood up and my brain sat down. I was speaking at a Easter performance. I said again, and I got to tell you, some kid told a funny joke or something, and I was laughing uncontrollably. I could not stop laughing to save my life. I don't know how I pulled it together, but I pulled it together and I was laughing all at the same time. Folks, it was hilarious, and I never forgot that. So there's okay, so y'all check us with them okay? So with that, I never forgot that. And I always keep that in my mind because sometimes you have to learn to go from having a laugh, telling a joke or what have you, and then pausing in the minute. And comedians do that very well. Bernie Mac. Who do we got? See, I said another. Give me another comedian that's great at it.
Dave Chappelle is actually pretty good with his power of the pause. Just said again.
Carlos Mencia. Steve Harvey.
Carlos Mencia was a great comedian. I mean, I can name numerous comedians that were all fantastic at telling jokes and stories. You could go back to George Carlin.
Yes.
Go back to Eddie Murphy. Many of these great performers had a way of just standing up on stage and just would walk around, could tell a story that would draw you in and then just kind of build it up.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden we'll give you that punchline and all of a sudden you're laughing like you wouldn't believe. And several great comedians all had a way of having a little bit of raunchy humor along with it too. Trying to think of some other great comedians.
Ellen DeGeneres. Ellen DeGeneres, Wanda Sykes. I love Wanda.
Wanda.
Tiffany
Good
Haddish.
Call on that one.
If you love Tiffany Haddish, put a number 4 in the comment below. Put a number 4 in the comment below if you love Tiffany Haddish. Number 5 for Wanda Sykes. That's my girl. I love Wanda Sykes. And one of my all-time favorites was Carol Burnett. Carol Burnett. Love Whoopi Goldberg, Leslie Jones, Melissa McCarthy, super, super funny, Jessica Williams. So I could go on and on and on. And I've had the pleasure of meeting some of these fabulous women. And I'm going to tell you one woman I met in person, and maybe I'll share my picture later on if I can get her permission. I'm sure she won't mind. But give me another guy. Give me another guy.
George Carlin. There's another one. Let's see. Other great comedians here that I absolutely find. Have you ever heard of Hassan Minhaj?
Yes. Super funny guy. Super funny guy. A good friend of mine. There's the again. Annie Koshi. Annie Koshi sent me one of his videos, if I'm not mistaken. It was hilarious, and he's hilarious. So we're sharing this with you because if you're trying to learn how to pause in the moment, you can deliver a joke, you can deliver a speech, but you need that pause because the power of the pause is incredible. So having said that, we're going to talk about some more things that Toastmasters use excellently. And those are the cards. So can you tell our viewers a little bit about the cards that they use, what they mean, and why they use them?
Are you referring to the timing cards?
You know it.
You have to be able to give your message in a concise time frame, because one of the great things about speaking, sometimes you can get going, and the next thing you go, you're going and going and going. One of the things about me, getting me to talk is the easy thing. It's just getting me to shut up.
I love it. You know, my friend Charles Marcus, when he came on my show, he talked about the fact that people want to tell their story, and you know, if you want to hear it, you just got to shut up. So it's okay to shut up. I used to hate that word, but you're so right. So getting us to be quiet, and right now I'm gonna be quiet while you talk about them time cards.
We always shoot for a specific time frame for our presentations. Under the old Toastmaster system, the advanced communicator manuals had multiple projects, but they all varied in time. Some of them were as short as 2 to 3 minutes, and projects like that were something as simple as, okay, I am going to propose a toast here to my lady Lotus. And some of them were as in-depth as doing a professional seminar. And I remember doing that professional seminar speech, and it was difficult to say the least, but I learned a lot about giving these long presentations and how to make sure you are adequately prepared to present information to an audience that needs to learn or wants to learn what you have to teach.
Exactly. And let me tell you that even comedians, and I'm happy you said what you want to teach, because many comedians, when they talk and they tell jokes, but oftentimes they're also teaching a lesson. I'm going to tell you, Adele Givens, she is a wonderful lady, sweet lady, but I listened to her comedy, and years ago people used to say, oh, her comedy is a little raunchy, and over time some of the swearing she put it aside, but she always told a story. No matter how much profanity she used, she always told a very powerful story. And I had the pleasure of meeting her in person, and when she came up to me asking some information about something, I looked at her and said, you know, you're such a lady. There's a curse word that usually goes in there, but she's so sweet. And Laura Hayes is another lady that knew how to tell a story inside the comedy. And just like some more, she too was able to tell the story. And of course, the wonderful Monique, she was able to tell a powerful story as well. So that's just some ways that you could learn. Look at comedy. There's education there. So keep going with the time cards.
Well, we always had a time card that came up at when you reach to a certain point in your time. Usually it's the stoplight method, a green, yellow, and a red. At your green, you're meeting your minimum time requirements. At your yellow, you're about your midpoint. And then when you get to the red is when you're at the end of your time limit. And usually when people see that, they know, okay, I've got only a few seconds here to wrap it up before my speech is disqualified.
Yes.
So
that's true.
So you've got to make sure you deliver your message. You got to you got to select the proper details to go into your message and make sure that they are very appropriate for the message you're trying to give.
Awesome. So time cards. We talked about time cards. We talked about why it's important to learn how to communicate your message in a timely manner. We talked about the fact that you can get involved with Toastmasters. Now, this is not a plug just because I'm a Toastmaster. And I've been a Toastmaster here in the United States, as well as winning a couple of awards in Japan as a Toastmaster in Japan when I was there, of course. So we've talked about all those things, but we're going to come back and we're going to take some comments, and then we're going to talk to you about a special treat, an exercise, if you will, that we're going to do right here for you. And we're going to let you decide what the topic is. We'll be right back. So many people out there today are saying, hey, Lotus, I want to start my own podcast. I want to do blogs and all that. Well, guess what? We help you with personal and business coaching. We also help you to explode your brand by upbranding. We also connect you to people beyond your front yard that don't even know you. idea. Let us help you connect with people globally and expand your territory. Contact us today at lotusignite@gmail.com and let's schedule your discovery meeting now. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Many of you are streaming in right now. Those of you that's just coming, me and my wonderful friend Shaun Sehgal is here today talking to people about the importance of learning how to speak properly or learning how to communicate, which is really the same thing, if you will, and how to use it to your advantage. You can get gigs, you can have a better family life, better relationships with people that you like, or even people you don't like, if you learn how to communicate effectively, say what you need to say, and be quiet. So right now we're going to take a couple of comments because I see a lot of comments coming in. And the first one is, I'm going to take this one from Angie. Angie says, I remember my classmates used to mock me when I would say actually a lot. She said, I didn't realize I was saying that. It was unconscious. And so that's true. A lot of times we say things that are in our vocabulary. And I think because it's a comfort word, it's easy. We reach for it off the shelf, like the books that's on my shelf. We reach for those words because they're easy to use. We're comfortable with them. And so Lorfe, hey, Lorfe, she's chiming in from the Philippines. Good to see you. How you doing? We've got a comment from Les Owens. He said, I spent lots of time with my kids as they were growing up, simply making them aware of their own unconscious speech habits. I tried to make it humorous for them and they responded. Thankfully, they now have the same pet peeves I have. LOL. So thank you so much.
I have to tell you, Miss Lotus, though, that reminds me of a youth leadership program that I did with one of my fellow Toastmasters, Don Schultze. We did a youth leadership program at a church. And I remember one of the students there, his name was Cameron, and absolutely charismatic. And he probably was only about 13, 14, 15 years old at the time. Very dynamic speaker. However, he always used as a transition from one sentence to the next.
Yes.
So one day during an exercise, we had an app on a phone. Somebody had a foghorn app on a phone. So whenever we heard of a filler word, we'd hit the foghorn. And it would stop everybody dead in their tracks as they gave a filler word. Because he kept using that transition from one sentence to the next, he only got 3 sentences into it before he realized, when he finally snapped and went, what is going on? And I'm like, you're using as a transition from one sentence to the next, and he didn't even realize he was doing it. But he was so irritated. He's like, why are you doing this to me?
Yeah, and you know what's so funny? Because it's how we train the brain. So if we train the brain to do that, the brain is going to continually do that no matter where we are and what we do. So Les Owen said that Ellen DeGeneres is the best, but Jack Benny set the standard. Yes, and you know what? When I saw Benny, I thought of, and now a lot of you may know this person. When I was a little girl, I used to watch this guy named Benny Hill. Benny Hill. Oh my God. I think he was out of London or something like that. He was super duper funny. Benny Hill. And Eddie Scott said Kevin Hart. Yes, yes, yes. Eddie said, sometimes I wish we had time cards during our daily conversations. Oh my God. Oh my God. She might be talking about me, y'all. And Daisy said, yes, Kevin Hart. Yes, on Kevin Hart. So fantastic.
Something that you should consider seeing if you can invest in. Dave Chappelle had invented this. It was a box that when people start talking a long time, it would start playing the house music with the words, wrap it up. A wrap it up box.
I love it. So, Shaun, you're gonna have to come back to the show. We're gonna get us a wrap it up box, and we're gonna talk about the wrap it up box. Okay. So, folks, if you haven't liked, shared, and started a watch party yet, please go ahead, like, share, and start a watch party. We're having super fun, but we're almost at the top of the hour, so we're gonna get right into our fun exercise for you. And who knows, somebody out there might win a wonderful shirt from Lotus Richey Ignites. That's what I said. A wonderful shirt. Here you go. Let me show you. Right? All right. So,
I like it.
Yeah, and you can also win a wonderful bag for those of you that have stuff that you want to carry, or you want to give the bag to your mom, your significant other, or whomever, or you just want to keep it for yourself. It's all right. So we are going to do something called tabletop. No, not in the club. Tabletop topic. Okay, stay clean, folks. Tabletop topic. And we're gonna let you guys choose the topic. Tabletop topic. The tabletop, how long do we usually go for in the tabletop?
1 to 2 minutes.
All right. So tabletop topic, 1 to 2 minutes. I'm gonna say I want him to speak for 1 minute. Tabletop topic. Okay. Tabletop topic. What do you want to hear him talk about for 1 minute without saying What do you want to hear him talk about for 1 minute without saying
this is gonna be a challenge.
And hey, I got a comment. Angie says, I need a wrap it up ringtone to play on my phone for convenience. That's so cute. And Lorfe said, wow, awesome. So what would you all like for him to talk about for 1 minute without saying And I'm looking at my phone because we have some other folks streaming in, and I don't want to miss anybody. So if I miss you, just don't take it personally. Take it for love. I multitask here, folks. I multitask. Okay. So if you would go ahead and put in the comment below. Oh, we got some comments streaming in already. Put in the comment below what you want to hear him talk about. I've got a great comment, and it's something that I love. Somebody just put it in the feed, and guess what? Because Les Owen is so quick on his feet, we are getting ready to go with, Tina. All right, so here's the topic. College basketball. Favorite movie. Importance. Let's see. Importance of health and wealth. Oh, I love that. And don't forget, make sure you drink your Izumia water, because I'm going to be drinking my Izumia water while he's trying to get this topic out. Okay. Make sure you drink your Izumia water. All right. So if you want
pick a topic, Lady Lotus.
Oh, you want me? See, he putting it on me. Okay. Favorite movie. Okay, if we do favorite movie and why. Okay, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna go with Les. So because Les got his topic in there. The first person was Les. So we're going with college basketball. Let's talk about college basketball. So y'all get ready. We're gonna take a quick break. And we
can go right now.
Oh, he's showing out. He said I could go right now. Okay, you ready?
I'm Johnny on the spot with this one.
Hold on, let me get my timer. Because I'm not playing no kind of games. Let me get my timer. Woo, he said I could go right now. Y'all, is he showing out? If he's showing out, put a 6 in the comment below. If he's showing out.
I always loved doing table topics. It was always hard to wrestle me away from them. I had to make sure I restrained the urge to jump up immediately and do them.
Awesome. So this is where we're going, folks. We about to do the tabletop topic. You choose the tabletop topic. You choose, and we have got a wonderful tabletop topic chosen by Les Owen. Les Owen is a movie director. Okay, so he went in on you, brother. He went in. So I got my stop clock here. Okay, you can see it. And we're about to go in. And the topic is college basketball. Begin.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Miss Lotus Richey Ignites and Takes Flight show, college basketball is always a favorite topic because I always say, O-H-I-O. That's right, I'm a proud Buckeye. But moreover, I was born a Buckeye, I will die a Buckeye. And I will tell you all this about college basketball. I know one college basketball player that hits very close to home for Columbus, Ohio. And the man's name, Mr. Jim Clemens. Played basketball for the Ohio State University when my father first started working there. And to this day, almost more than 40 years later, my father to this day still says he is his favorite college basketball player of all time. Jim Clemens went on to play for the Cleveland Cavaliers, then became a coach for the Chicago Bulls, where he coached the legendary Michael Jordan. For those of you who want to make the debate of that he is the greatest of all time, I think I will agree with you. Michael was the greatest, actually is the greatest of all time. But Jim transitioned in his career over to the Lakers, where he coached Kobe and Shaq. Now, what does Jim have that most people in the world do not have? 10 NBA rings. That's right, 10 NBA rings. Now, if I actually could get my phone to work, and I would show you the picture I have of me sitting right next to that man's NBA ring collection. So I will tell you, when I think of college basketball, my first thought, Jim Clemens.
Time.
But I will bring it all back to say one thing. I got his autograph for my father. Let's load it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. That's great. That was great. If you like that tabletop topic that we just did for you, tabletop topic, let us know that you like the tabletop topic. Put a number 7 in the comment below, a number 7 in the comment below, and like, share, and start a watch party if you like the tabletop topic. And you'll be seeing more of the tabletop topic you choose coming from Lotus Richey Ignites. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come right back, and then we're going to have our last words for the evening. We'll be right back. So check out also my broadcast for news you can use on Monday and Friday. Here you go. So make sure you see us on Friday. Here, let me show you this. Join us on Monday and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for news you can use with Lotus Richey, Lynn Herod. All right. Thank you so much. So we are back. We are back. Thank you so much, everybody, for your 7s. I see Lorfe all the way from the Philippines. Tina, hey, Tina, where are you coming in from? Tina, let us know. Thank you for your 7. Angela's got that 7. Les Owens. So Les Owens is the winner. Les, I need your shirt size, please. Your shirt size. Good to see you. And confidently. All right, fantastic. I love it. Well done. It said, well done. Awesome, Shaun. Awesome. Fantastic. Tina said, amazing. All right. So that's so great. I have fun doing that. So thank you so much for joining us on our table topic. I said it wrong.
Table topic.
Topic. Okay. So y'all don't be telling nobody that Lotus was dancing on a tabletop. Don't go spreading that. Okay. Do that dance, baby. So with that being said, Shaun, everybody needs great mentors. And so thank you so much for coming to share with people that they can go to Toastmasters, they can go to other trainers to help them speak, they can go to the Speakers Academy, and there I said folks, and just do the best that they can do to learn how to speak professionally. Now, it's unquestionable that you will make mistakes or that you will say or something like that. But when you start practicing, it just makes you better. It doesn't make perfect. It just makes you prepared. So with that being said, who was one of your mentors?
I've actually had several mentors through Toastmasters and several people I have mentored over the years. But during the process, when I mentored some of those people, I had learned a great deal from them in the process.
Awesome.
But
Awesome.
one of the actually, I'll tell you a couple of them. My lady Lotus, you are actually one of my mentors that I've been learning about speaking from watching your show. I
Oh,
also learned from my good friend, Mr. Greg Walker, the Big Dreamer. I also learned a lot about public speaking through his Impact Speaker Academy. And Mr. Unstoppable, Mr. Terrence Leffridge.
Terrence Leffridge.
I learned a lot from him and learned things about being motivated and to not let obstacles stop you. And his name, Mr. Unstoppable.
That's right. Terrence Leffridge. That's my brother. I've learned a lot from Terrence as well. He's a phenomenal man. I'll tell you that. And then I got to tell you, if we look back, because you know I've got a show coming up tomorrow with the incredibly miraculous Martha High. And you know, she's been a mentor and a motivator to many, many people. And she herself had a great mentor, Mr. Just the godfather of soul,
James Brown.
James Brown. So, you know, you've got to have great mentors because great mentors leave clues. Excuse me. And if you're looking for a great mentor, continue to come on these shows like Lotus Richey Ignites, the Terrence Leffridge Show, Mr. Unstoppable himself, because he has unstoppable people with unstoppable stories. Make sure you check out Wanda D. Hollis, the She Exists Show, and so many, many more shows out there, especially Mered Tulekima, the engineering show over in Australia. So check out these shows because we want to help you help yourself ignite and take flight. And with that said, we're almost on our way and for you to have a good night. So I want to say a special thank you to everybody that shared your time with us. We appreciate you. And if you haven't shared, like, and started a watch party yet, go ahead, share, like, and start a watch party. And I'm going to share a little bit of stream with you as we head out. And by the way, don't forget to join me tomorrow night, when my wonderful guest will be none other than Miss Martha High. So any words of wisdom or last comment before we part, my dear Shaun?
Yes, I would like to share something. One of the great things about Toastmasters, mentoring, and all, they foster networking. And it's very important to have a good network of people that you can call upon to learn things when you are looking for a coach. If you need a business coach, a life coach, you want to call upon someone that has experience doing something. So if they have experience doing something, they can show you some of the do's and don'ts of how to become better at what you do want to become. But having that good network and knowing who you can call upon is of infinite value.
Yes, that's true. Thank you so much. Those are words to the wise from the wise. So if you didn't have your pen and your pad and you didn't take notes, honey, you might not be a money maker because note takers are money makers. So if you wrote that down, I know you're serious about being a money maker. So please share, like, and start a watch party on this broadcast. Share it with someone you know. And I want to share this brief segment with you for our broadcast tomorrow. So thank you so much, Shaun, for being on the show. And again, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Les, so much. Oh, I was super happy to have you on the show. And we'll see you real soon. So here you go. Please enjoy this clip that we have for you. Join us tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with our wonderful guest, Martha Hyde. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Super happy. Make sure you join us tomorrow night to see the remarkable Martha Hyde. You won't be disappointed. Go ahead and share it with everybody you know, because guess what? You are going to have a fabulous time, and we are going to have a remarkable show. You don't want to miss this, folks. You don't want to miss it. So I'm going to let Martha Hyde take us on out, because she's going to bring us on in tomorrow and help us win. So here you go. Have a good night, and thank you so very much. See you tonight, or see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Martha Hyde.